back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And, at least their heart was in the right place. That's all I have to say about this particular story. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right. So, some officers tried to rescue a woman because she was unconscious. But they couldn't get to her because the doors were locked, but they could see her. She was laid over on a table. And they're like, we have to rescue this woman. We have to do something. So they kick open the doors and rush in on their horses. Maybe. And once they arrive to the woman to help resuscitate her, get her some type of medical attention, they find out that it isn't just a woman. It's a woman who's a mannequin. Again, their heart was in the right place. So, let's go ahead and jump into this. Police break into gallery to rescue unconscious woman who turned out to be an art installation. An employee of Laz Emporium in London's Soho area came downstairs from making a cup of tea to discover the doors off the hinges and two confused police officers. Okay. So right here, you can see this is what the art is. Which, yeah. So, now, it says, only to discover she was made of packing tape and foam filter. The lifeless woman they had been trying to save was in fact an art installation entitled Christina, which is on display at the London Gallery. Boy, you couldn't pay for PR like this. I know the London Gallery was over the moon when this happened. But yeah, okay, so let's continue. The work was commissioned by Steve Lazaridis, Banksy's former agent and the dealer behind Laz Emporium. Mr. Lazaridis said Hannah, who was working in the gallery that day, had just locked up and gone upstairs to make a cup of tea. She came down to find the door off its hinges and two confused police officers. London's Metropolitan Police were responding to a call about a person. Do we have another? I don't know if any of you, for my new listeners, I did an airline story. For my old listeners, you know. The person faked their faked their birth, like going into labor, faked their labor. The plane had to land in Spain. And then like 14 people rushed off the plane. And now they're still looking for those people. That happened in Spain. Part of me, as I was reading this, when I had said you can't buy this kind of PR, part of me in the back of my head was like, I wonder if the art museum or whatever called the police and did that. And I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying, this is saying there was a call of distress. There was a call about a person in distress at the gallery on the evening of the 25th of November. Officers forced entry to the address where they uncovered that the person was in fact the mannequin, a police spokesperson told ArtNet News. The installation features a woman wearing trainers and a yellow hoodie slumped face forward in a bowl of soup, her long blonde hair concealing her face. The realistic sculpture is by Why are we always involved in these stories? Okay. The realistic sculpture is by American artist Mark Jenkins and is based on Mr. Lazaridis' sister. This is apparently not the first time the installation, which sits in the gallery window, has caused trouble. In October, paramedics were called to assist the... Oh my goodness. There's so much I could say right now. There is so much I could say. So yeah, that's what we have. People don't. I feel like there needs to be a sign up to say, okay, the woman in the yellow jacket is a mannequin. Because, yeah. All right, that's all I have. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Podcast carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, be blessed.